So his name has become a symbol of Ukrainian identity. He is a prophet of Ukrainian history who suffered through prisons, tortures, poverty, and political persecution from the Russian Empire. He called for the unity of all Ukrainians and raised the national spirit of freedom through his work, through his poetry, writings, and canvas. Today, we are all gathered here to honor the life of the genius of Ukrainian nation by opening the memorial dedicated to Taras Grygorovych Shevchenko. We are all here because his work touched every heart of Ukrainian and influenced the process of a national revival. I am honored to unveil the monument and be a part of today's celebration of infinite input of Shevchenko to the Ukrainian cultural heritage. His literature has also a special place in my heart. It has inspired me to become a teacher of Ukrainian language and literature to carry his message throughout generations. The creative heritage that Taras Shevchenko contributed greatly influenced the development of modern Ukraine. His work became a source of building of Ukrainian modern language, cultural and historical heritage, and its identity. He was inspiring revolutions of the freedom throughout the whole history of Ukraine. Shevchenko's work became a foundation for the development of Ukrainian official language. In the 18th century, the ancient academic language of Ukraine was a mixture of Old Bulgarian, Macedonian, Latin, and some of the Ukrainian vernacular. Because of the outside sources of this language, many of the Ukrainians didn't understand it and didn't have access to the self-education or academical articles. Shevchenko, inspired by Ukrainian folklore, established national vernacular as a new Ukrainian literary language. He wrote 237 poems and 11 prosaic pieces and inspired new generations of writers to create and use national vernacular in their work. Later, this language was so widely spread and popular that academic world had to accept it as an official Ukrainian language. Shevchenko's work is a cultural and historical heritage of Ukrainian nation. His poems are so melodic that many of them were set on music. They covered almost all kinds of genres of music: songs, romances, symphonic poems, operas, and ballets. Shevchenko drew 835 artwork portraits, mythological, historical, architectural themes, and landscapes. There is also a lot to learn about history of Ukraine from his novels. He was writing about lifestyle, struggles, dreams of Ukrainians of 18th century. His early work tells us about the movement of Ukrainians against the oppression from Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth and heroic military campaigns of Cossacks against Turks. Also, he was describing the arbitrariness and cruelty of Russian imperialism, calling for the destruction of the despotic system. Shevchenko was a revolutionist of his time, but even until now, his poems serve as an inspiration to fight against oppression, servitude, humility, and violence of any kind toward people. For instance, his words from poem Kavkaz had become a model for the recent Revolution of Dignity in Ukraine 2014. Keep fighting, you're sure to win. God help you in your fight. For fame and freedom, march with you, and right is on your side. Although more than 100 years had passed since the noble, courageous heart of the Ukrainian poet stopped beating, but by this day, we live side by side with his teachings, words of wisdom. And today I am happy and thankful for every one of you came here to honor his memory and recognize the amount of work that Shevchenko has done for Ukrainians. And at the end of my speech, I would like to call for the unity from the Shevchenko's poem, My Friendly Message to Dead, Alive, and Unborn Ukrainian Brothers and Sisters. And good glory will come to life, glory of Ukraine, and the world will be shining bright in peace. My brothers, I pray for you, I beg you, unite.
Woohoo!